Hello, friends of Sudoku. Welcome to another installment of a New York Times Hard Sudoku. This one is from the 22nd of September 2022. As usual, I will not bore you with pop-ups asking you to subscribe. If you wish to subscribe, you are welcome to do so. Otherwise, I just hope that you will enjoy this solve. Immediately I can see the 5-9 here and the 5-9 here. They force a 5-9 to go in these two cells. We see that quite often in the New York Times Sudokus. We'll just keep that in mind. Another thing that I can see is that there's a 9 here and there's a 9 here, and that forces a 9 in this cell. So that's easy enough. Another obvious digit is a 5. It has to go here. And why? Because we have a 5 here and we have a 5 here and here. And that leaves only this cell for a 5. And here's yet another observation. The 2 here and the 2 here will force a 2 in one of these two cells. The 6 here and the 6 here will force a 6 in one of these two cells. So this is a 2-6 pair, leaving a 1, 3 and a 4 to fill the last 3 cells in column 2. Now let's do a simple count across here of row number 2. We still need to account for a 1, 3, 8 and a 9. There's a 1, 8 and a 9. They can all see this cell. So that means that this must be the 3. This is now a 1, 8 and a 9. There's an 8 and a 9 here, so this cell must be a 1 now. The 1 and the 1 here puts a 1 in this cell. No further explanation necessary, I think. The 1 here, here and here gives us a 1 for row 7, goes here. As I'm studying the grid with more focus, I make mental notes of a few things. For example, the 9 here forces a 9 in one of these two cells. And that means that a 9 will have to go in one of these two cells over here. And also the 5 here and the 5 here force a 5 in one of these two cells. These two, of course, have to be 8 and a 9. And that means that a 6 will have to go here or here. It's not immediately useful to me to know this, but it's something that I like to keep in the back of my head for further use later on without having to analyze this one more time. Of course, a 1 has to go here or here, and here or here. So that is an X-wing. And what else can we see? Well, 6 and 6. A 6 will have to go here, here or here, and a 9 and a ghost 9 here, and 9 will have to go here, here or here. So most of the digits here are limited in some way. We just have to find out what is the key to actually find the next digit. Well, turning our attention once more to this row 7, we know that these two have to be 5 and 9. And we also know then that the remaining 3 numbers have to be an 8, 4 and a 6. There's an 8 here, so this cell cannot be an 8. There's an 8 here, so this cannot be an 8. Therefore, the 8 must go here. And these two 8s give us an 8 up here. And as we recall from just now, the other cell here must be a 1. I'll repeat the reason. We have a 1 that can see these two cells, so this one has to be a 1. And now we also know that a 1 in this row will have to go either here or here. Now, of course, we know that these two cells have to be a 3 and a 4 in some order. And that leaves a 6 and a 7 for these two cells. There's a 6 here already, so this is now a 7 and this is a 6. And we know that these two can't be 6 because they have to be 5 and 9. And these 3 cannot be 6 because of this 6, and this cell cannot be 6 because of this 6. That means that a 6 must go here, there's no other place, and that also gives us a 6 for column 9. It has to go here because of these two 6s. And now we scan upwards. So where can we place a 6 now in this box? These two 6s and these two 6s pose a limitation. The only place a 6 can go now is here. As we remember, these two cells have to be a 2 and a 6 combo, and that leaves only these two cells, and they now have to be, of course, a 4 and a 3. There's a 3 here, so the 4 goes here, and this 3 goes here. Now, then 1 here puts a 1 in this cell. And the last remaining digit is a 7. It has to go here. Now we just miss here a 3, 4, and a 9. And we can't place them at the moment, not yet. But what else can we see? Well, here's an observation that we can often make, but sometimes we tend to overlook the hints. Now the 4 and the 3 here clearly puts a 4 or a 3 here and here. And this also is a 4 and a 3. So 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. This now cannot be a 3 or a 4 because otherwise the puzzle would have more than one correct solution, and we know that that would not be a correct puzzle. So this cannot be a 4 or a 3. What then can it be? A 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be a 5. It cannot be a 6. It could be a 7. It cannot be an 8 or a 9. So this is a 5 or a 7. Well, look at this. We have just established that this cell has to be a 3 or a 4, correct? Because this is a 3 and a 4. This is a 3 or a 4, and this cannot be a 3 and it cannot be a 4 either. Now let's look at this cell. It's very interesting. What can it be? It cannot be a 1, 2. It could be a 3. It could also be a 4. It could not be a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or an 8 or a 9 because they have to go here. So this is a 3 and a 4, and this is a 3 and a 4. And that leaves only these two cells to account for. And they now have to be what? That's right, a 5 and a 7. So this is a 5 and a 7, and this is a 5 and a 7. And we know that it cannot be a 5 because of this 5. So this is a 7, and this is a 5. And of course, these two have to be 5 and a 7 in some order. And now we can place a 7, and we can place a 7 where? That's right, right here. Because a 7 can't go here because of this 7, it can't go here because of this 7, and it cannot go here because of this 7 and this 7. So this is a place for a 7. But since we now know that this cell has to be a 3 or a 4, and so does this, we still need a 1 2 and an 8 to complete this row. There's a 1 here and there's an 8 here, so this has got to be a 2 now. And we are drilling down now and we can find a 5. The 5 can't go here for this column because of the 5 here, and it cannot go here or here because of these two 5s. And these two 5s tell us that it can't go here or here either, so it must go here. What else do we miss for this column? We need a 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. 1, no 2, but a 4, 7, 8. So this is a 2. And remember the two 6s we had going on over here? This is now a 2 and this is a 6 because of the 2 we found here. The 6 here and the 6 here and the 6 here puts a 6 in this cell. And not to forget these 2s here and the 2 here put a 2 in this cell. Now what is missing? This is a 5, 9, 4, 7, 8 to complete these 3 cells. There's a 7 here, so a 7 has to go in one of these 2 cells and an 8 has to go in one of these 2 cells. Oh well, there's a 7 here that can see this cell, and this cell observes, this 7 observes this cell, and this 7 this cell. So the 7 goes here, and that means that the 8 must go here and the 4 here. The last remaining digit now is an 8. It goes here, and that resolves the a 9 we had gone on up here. This is now a 9 and this is an 8. The 9 and the 9 gives us a 9 for this row, and I think we're getting there. 2, 3, 4 still missing. Down here at the bottom there's a 4 here and a 2, so this is 3, and now this is a 2, 4, and these are 3 4s, and these now have to be a 2 3s. There's a 2 here, so that is a 3 and that is a 2, and that gives us a 4 here and a 3 here, 4 here and a 3 here. Now the 4 here gives us a final 4 for this row, and that goes here, and the 2 must go here. We need a 4 and a 7 to complete row 6. There's a 4 here, so the 7 of course must go here and the 4 here. Now the 4 and the 4 here, and these two 4s, they put a 4 in this cell, and therefore the 1 must go here, and the 8 that was missing from the row goes here. And let's see, oh, this was a 5, 7, right? There's a 7 here now, so the 5 goes here and the 7 here. And now finally, the first two numbers we knew had to go in these two cells, we can now resolve them, because the 5 here puts a 9 in this cell and a 5 in this one. What's missing here now is a 9, goes here, and these two 9s put a 9 in this cell. The last digit here is a 3, and that gives us a 3 for this cell, and the last digit, if we have done this correctly, is a 1. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this puzzle. It was not that hard, to be honest, but as always, it's a nice challenge to try to solve these hard puzzles without using pencil marks. It's a good gymnastics for the brain, I think. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.